Hi everyone, I'm Rich with Leaving MAGA. I am here with the inimitable Joe Walsh. So Leaving MAGA just had a memoir come out. It's entitled One Betrayal Too Many. I have to thank Joe publicly for writing one hell of an endorsement for the book. It's on the back cover. It's the lead endorsement on our back cover. Joe, first off, thank you.
By the way, can I tell you one thing?
Sure.
It was the easiest endorsement to write because you and I have traveled the same damn road.
You were, like me, a MAGA person. You changed your mind. As I see it, it requires bravery to publicly change one's mind to do that. Not that I'm brave, but I see you as having the courage of doing it.
We both are. Because it impacts your friends, your relationships, your work, everything.
I want to know about I'm calling them town halls, where you're bringing people together, people who are MAGA, people who are left-leaning, liberals, conservatives. Talk about that work that you're doing, because that is inspiring me.
Thank you, Rich. And actually not town halls. I love a town hall, but these are conversations. So every 2 weeks somewhere in the country, I'm putting people in a room and locking them in a room from far right to far left and everywhere in between. And we're having a conversation, not a debate, not a fight, a conversation, but not a touchy-feely, hold your hand kind of conversation. Real, raw, heated, uncomfortable sometimes. And the whole point is just to understand the person you disagree with. You don't have to agree with them, but just understand where they're coming from. Every 2 weeks, we're doing it somewhere in the country.
Do you feel that people are receptive to some of the fears and concerns of the MAGA people you're meeting?
Yes. After every conversation, there are always people who are not MAGA who say, you know what? He's not a bad guy. Or now I understand why they like what ICE is doing so much. I disagree, but now at least I understand why they like ICE. That's important.
I think it is, because we're so often doing the us versus them, talking past each other. The politicians talk past one another. But in reality, and I want to get your take on this, I think that most Americans agree than they disagree. I think that we all want really the same. We want a safe and secure country. We want good schools for our kids. We want economic opportunity. We might disagree on the best solutions for these.
Yeah.
But something that we talked about in our memoir, One Betrayal Too Many, is we have a very heavy emphasis on making sure that people don't have to agree, but try to understand what drives people into MAGA and what keeps them there.
Rich, it's the whole notion of pluralism. Like, we live in a free society. Part of the deal is we agree that there are going to be a lot of different viewpoints in this society, a lot of different attitudes, beliefs. People are going to be gay, straight, transgender, all of it. It's like we all make a deal with each other that we don't have to like how that person's living, but we agree that person has a right to do his or her thing in this country. We've completely lost that because we're not listening to each other, and we're all on this road of hate, where we hate now the people we disagree with.
Right.
The only way to fix that is this kind of thing.
And I think that, this is a valid point, because I think that there's a lot of toxic rhetoric that is lobbed toward people in MAGA.
Yes.
Flyover country and this red-blue animosity that exists. What is the state of American democracy as you see it right now?
I truly believe our democracy's in trouble. I do not know if we will survive as one nation, a constitutional republic. I really don't. That's what drives me to do what I do. I don't give a damn who's in the White House. I don't care what party's in power. If the American people keep hating the people they disagree with, house divided, we fall.
You gave a very rousing speech that everybody who heard it is complimenting. I've been listening to people talk about.
Came after your very interesting panel as well.
Well, I would say interesting's generous, but
Interesting. This is Principles First is so cool because, look, we're homeless politically. I'm a Democrat now, but I'm a Democrat temporarily to help defeat Trump. But we're politically homeless, so you feel alone. I feel alone every day. So to come here and be surrounded by 1,000 people who are kind of where I am, it's pretty cool.
I think one of the really great benefits of Principles First is that it brings together unlikely but necessary alliances. And every time we've been in a crisis in our country's history, we've had unlikely but necessary alliances. Do you think that we can do it again? Can we have another unlikely but necessary alliance to push back on what Trump's doing, push back on MAGA? I think we can.
You're way more optimistic than me. So I'm going to give you an honest answer. I don't know. But this is going to be the test. I don't know. And again, that's what drives me to do what I do every day. As a rule, I don't personally go after Trump voters or supporters at all.
Right.
I used to be one. I think they're being fooled, lied to, and deceived and manipulated every day. I go after Trump, Hannity, all of Trump's media and political sycophants. I pound, but not Trump supporters. Because we got to do what you do, always have a hand out to them,
Yeah, right.
to listen to them, because they can open up.
Joe, thank you for what you're doing. And let me just congratulate you for what your work is doing. And I want to thank you again for the endorsement for One Betrayal Too Many.
Can I say one more thing? Love me some Rich Logis. Love me.
Thank you.